Hi, welcome once again to another lesson. In this lesson, we'll continue to see how to solve word problems in arithmetic progression. We'll use these three questions to further understand how to solve word problem with arithmetic progression. I believe the first question will help us get familiar with finding and working with first terms and common differences. The second question will help us understand how to work with different terms in arithmetic progression. And the third question will help us get familiar with how to apply the concept of arithmetic progression in industries. Now, let's get started with these questions. Now, our first question says we should find the value of x given that x plus 1, x, 2x, and 2x plus 3 are consecutive terms of a linear sequence. That is, the t1 of this linear sequence is equals to x plus 1, the t2 of this sequence is 2x, and the t3 of this sequence is equals to 2x plus 3. Now, for this question, you understand with me that x plus 1, which is t1, is the same thing as e as the first term. 2x is the second term, and t3 is equal to 2x plus 3. As established in our first lesson, we established that the difference between each of them must be the same. The difference between t1 and t2 is d. The difference between t2 and t3 is d. That is, if d is equals to t2 minus t1, that means d is equals to 2x minus x plus 1, which is equals to 2x minus x minus 1. That's equals to x minus 1. Now, d at the same time, we understand that is the same thing as t3 minus t2, which is equals to 2x plus 3 minus 2x. So, which is equals to 2x here and 2x here, that's equals to positive 3. Now, if d from here is equals to x minus 1, and d from here is equals to 3, and we're now asked to find the value of x, we can equate, let's call this our equation 1, and let's call this our equation what? 2. I can equate both equations and say that x minus 1 is equals to 3. So that x now will be equals to 3 plus 1, which is equals to 4. So the value of x for this question is same as 4. Now let's see the second. Now for our second question, we're given that we'll ask to insert an arithmetic terms between 19 and 35. Let's understand that our first term, once again, t1 is equals to 19, and we have to insert 3 terms. That means we'll be inserting t2, we'll insert t3, and t4. That means t5 will be the same thing as 35. If t1 is equals to 19, that is a is equals to 19. Remember once again that tn is equals to a plus n minus 1 into d. So that my tn, which is, let's work with t5 now. Working with t5, my tn becomes t5, which is equals to a plus n now will be equals to 5. That becomes 5 minus 1, that's 4. That's 4d. That's equals to 35. Remember, a is equals to 19, so that 19 plus 4d is equals to 35. So that 4d will be equals to 35 minus 19, which is same thing as 35 minus 19. That's same thing as 16. So that if 4d is equals to 19, obviously d, which is a common difference, will be equals to 16 divided by, if my d is equals to 4, then my t1 is given as 19, my t2 will be given as 19 plus 4, that's 19 plus 4, which is equals to 23. My t3 will be given as 23 plus 4, which is something as what? 27. And my t4 will now be given as, 27 plus 4, which is same thing as 31. And my t5 once again will be 31 plus 4, which is equals to 35. 5. So I can write my arithmetic sequence to take the form of 19, 23, 27, 31, and 35. Now let's see our third question. For our third question, we're given that the value of a machine depreciates each year by 5% of its value, beginning at the beginning of the year. It depreciates by 5% of its value at the beginning of the year. If its value when new on 1st January 1980 was $10,250, that means the value at T1, which is the same thing as A, is $10,250, and it depreciates at 5%. That implies that my D is equals to the negative 5% of 10,250. Now, first, what is 5% of 10,250? That's the same thing as 5 over 100 times 10,250. 0 here cancels this. 5 here is 1. 5 here is 2. That's equals to 10,250 divided by 2. That's the same thing as 5. 2 here is 1. 2 in 10 is 5. 2 here is 1. 2 in 5 is 2.5. That's negative. Now, because it's a depreciation, the depreciation immediately tells me that my D, my common difference, is going to be in the negative. Now, if T1 is this, now we have to find the value of this machine at 9 years. That's our T9. That's T9. Tn, remember, is equals to A plus n minus 1 into D, which is same thing as A plus 9. We're talking of T9. My T9 will be equals to A plus 9 minus 1 into D, which is same thing as A plus 8D. Now my Tn, which is the 9th year, will now be given as the value of the machine at the 9th year will come from 10,000, sorry, is 10,250 plus 8D. Our D is negative 512.5. So that this becomes 10,250 plus or minus negative times plus here becomes negative. That's 8 times 512.5. That's the same thing as 4,000. That's 4,000 minus 4,100, which is equals to now 10. So that's our 10 now, 10,250 minus 4,100, the T9, which is the value of the machine at the 9th year, will be given by 10. Let me quickly use my calculator. 10,250 minus 41. That will be given as 6,150. That's 6,150. We have come to the end of this lesson. If you have related questions, please do not hesitate to post them and send us to us via our comment section or via mail. Thank you for staying with us and do have a nice day.